Good morning, traders. I hope everyone is doing well, and I'm going to start things off a little bit differently with something that isn't Bitcoin for a change. Star of the show recently, Litecoin. How long have we been saying this for? We identified this huge wedge a long time ago. We took the lows, we came out, we got our confirmed breakout of this. We had the back test, and yeah, I mean, everyone who watches any of my videos should be in on this trade. There really is no excuse. The amount of times I've been chilling this trade and the amount of opportunities you've had to get in. If you're not in Litecoin, sorry about that, but I think this is going to be a really good play for the next few weeks. Of course, we'll get pullbacks and things like that along the way, and again, that will provide further opportunities if any of you were silly enough not to get in on this trade. But yeah, overall, looks really good, and I do think that we're going to be seeing some big things from Litecoin over the rest of this summer. I don't know if this is anything, if there's any news related stuff to do with this year. I would expect that once an uptrend is kind of confirmed on here, that we will start to see news released on Litecoin. Like Charlie Lee and stuff is pretty much a master at that and knowing when to market his token at the right time. And yeah, it's one that's just gone really under the radar for basically the entire cycle so far. So if it's not done anything yet, then when it does, it's a really, really good asset to trade. It's very, very tradable. And yeah, I'm very bullish on it. So let's zoom in on this a little bit more because, of course, we all know this pattern and we all know where the target is, okay? You want to take the highs on this, but you do need to take profit along the way. But overall, we're looking at a big move up here, like a really significant move up against the Bitcoin, against Bitcoin on this. So if we zoom in a bit and we can start to have a look at the local price action on here, again, I don't really need to explain this any more than I already have. The ultimate entry was taking these lows, okay? This was our deviation out of the wedge. So you see it was perfect touches all the way back. You get all these perfect touches across here. And then we had this deviation, which quickly got brought up and again back tested. Then what we had, it just took those lows out. Okay, so still confined within this pattern, this shape. But it took those lows and then immediately, okay, there's the position, let's go. And I was one of those buying that. It was very easy to identify. You could see this coming down. This was while Bitcoin was moving up. So a really, really easy opportunity just to allow Litecoin just to kind of fall down, lose its value whilst it's going under the radar with its US dollar pair staying pretty stable, and just buy it. Okay, because there was very, very little risk here. Bitcoin was moving up, so if you bought it and it continued down further, your USD value is okay, but that's not the point. We're buying this to outpace Bitcoin. Immediately, big move up out of this. So we can look at the volume there. Nice increase in volume. Again, still very under the radar. Not a lot of people looking at this. So this is going to be one that I do think increases with momentum as time goes on. Come on, it's Litecoin. Who really gives a shit about Litecoin? So yeah, let's we'll continue to watch and we'll see what happens with it. But yeah, there's the breakout. You took out these highs. Of course, that is a point where this is going to get a move down. We had the back test at that stage then, which again came into our previous, what obviously was resistance within this little range. You had the resistance here, you had the back test of the wedge, and then you had this range that was put in around here. Now, what I was saying is the next opportunity to get in, again, if you missed this one, and then you missed the back test, two very easy things that you could have got in on, is then we were looking for, this was last night, when I was on the stream, we were looking, price was like here yesterday, and I was saying if price can hold this daily level, then I do think we see another move up out of this. So once again, what has happened is held the daily, and we've seen a move up. Okay? Now, this isn't huge percentages at this stage, so my strategy for this at the moment, as I've said kind of before, is down here and on each of these occasions, I'm buying a little bit of Litecoin, like spot position Litecoin, just trading some Bitcoin into Litecoin with the idea that Litecoin is going to outpace Bitcoin in the future. It's just a different style of trading. You can just let that chill out. But then what I'm also doing is I'm trading the USDT pair but kind of based off of the Bitcoin pair chart. So if Bitcoin is fairly stable, which it is at the moment, it's just hovering around a little 3-4% range. It's not really doing anything exciting. Then you can trade this once these moves happen. So one trade down here on the USDT pair, you get a nice move up. Doesn't really matter what Bitcoin's doing because Bitcoin was very sideways during that period. Again here, you get the back test. Again, you can take that as a trade, and then once again here, you can take that as a trade. And again, this is one of those that I've just taken profit on, and you just keep on trading it, keep on scalping along the way, and yeah, that essentially is paying for me to then get more spot because I do think that this trend does continue. And we can have a little look at maybe some technical targets for this. We do know on the Bitcoin pair, so this is the Bitcoin pair. We will have a look at the USD pair in a moment. But we do know, whoa. I hope I didn't, wait, what did I just move on my chart? Who knows? Anyway, we will just zoom out a little bit on this. And we know the targets, they're very, very simple, okay? So if you're trading these, do be aware of these levels. These are the big levels on this. There will be levels in between. Obviously, this is a long, long way to go. This was a formation that was put in over the course of about 3 months. So it would not be surprising to see this play out for 2 or 3 months as well. But levels, if you are in a Litecoin position trade, and that is the BTC pair against looking to outpace Bitcoin, taking profit levels, definitely 4,000 sats. You have the monthly level, you have your 382 here, and also you have this big area around here as a high volume node on the chart. So let me just pull my fixed range, and you can see here the high volume node coming in. Once again, what this also gave you as confluence with this daily level was that this is our point of control of the entire range, okay, or this kind of formation that's being formed. So we do have the first high volume node, okay, so there it is, first level, very, very important. Secondly, now I have taken this off my chart, but I mean I could add it back on just as an optional extra, would be the 0.5. So this is the midpoint of our high to our low. You do have the midpoint, and I'd say more likely we're looking at this 4,350 area. So maybe we come up here, starts to get a little retrace or a little correction. We come up here, possibly a minor correction at this point, and then we come up to our third major level here. So this is the big one, okay? This is the big one that I do believe could reverse us back down, and we may not see the potential, like the full potential of this trade play out if, of course, this does happen. So what we have here is a very, very important monthly level, and we have our golden pocket. And it's an altcoin. The golden pocket's a biggie, okay? Always is, always is. So if we do come up here, what I would be looking for, whereas I do see these as being like minor corrective moves, and again, possibly this 0.5 or this area here, which we can have a look. This is probably an order block as well within the daily or the weekly chart. We'll take a look at that in a moment. We do have, yeah, obviously the golden pocket. Now that would be taking out these highs, which of course significant because high volume node, you take out the highs, there's liquidity there, there'll be stops there, and the monthly level and everything else as well. Okay, so that is where I do think that we could see a more major correction. So say we come up in here, we correct, we come up here, we maybe dip a little bit. At this point, I may be looking for a change of structure and possibly to come back down and hold that area. So we're looking at something along these lines, okay? If this plays out as, I mean, so far it's been playing out pretty perfectly. So we'll be looking at something like this structure in order to take this trade. So this would be a big take profit. And then again, compound opportunity if it does hold this monthly level below. There will be at this point huge support, okay? And what we'll probably find if price does come up here and chop around for a bit is the point of control would move up, and at that stage is when you're looking for another move up higher, or maybe if of course this doesn't get the strength and momentum, it's Litecoin, so it will probably need a bit of momentum behind it. We might see we might see it chopping around here, the point of control moving up, and maybe it needs to just come back down and chill out a bit before then making the next attempt higher. So you could see something like this, I guess, play out as well, which is why you need to take profit. And actually, this would be really nice. Again, it gives you a good compound opportunity at much lower prices than if we saw it coming straight up into here and getting that big correction. So yeah, we'll just have to play it by sight, play it by ear, however, and yeah, see how this goes, I guess. So apart from that, we do have the weekly level, and of course we've got this 5,000 sats area, which is important, and then we are looking at these highs at 5,200 sats, which do correspond quite nicely to this old kind of historical wick that we have down here, which was support once and twice, and then has acted as resistance basically ever since then. So we would be looking at that again as being a major level if this does start to really kind of trend. At that point, if we come above here, then you're just looking at a new cycle on this, and things could go much, much higher. I do believe this looks to me as though it's the end of maybe not the end of an accumulation period. This could go on a little bit longer. We could have an accumulation around this area, and then it starts to break up and then comes into this area, and then at that point, that's when you start to, again, what you see, parabolic advance, and you start to kind of really move up. So this is not a quick trade by any means. This is a position trade. This is something that you've got to be patient on, and yeah, something just to, if you like that style of trading, buy some, relax, know your invalidation. At this point, we do know our invalidation. It's down here. If we do get a move up, we can probably put an invalidation below this point of control. And yeah, just simple, relaxed trading on that. So yeah, I think that covers Litecoin, really. In fact, I could make this just a Litecoin video on its own. And then I'll go on to the other assets in a bit. So let's go on to the... sorry, I'm very bunged up this morning again. Man, vaccinations and hay fever are not a good mix. Okay, so again, this is where we were buying on the USDT pair, and again, buying down here on USDT. And what we have seen here, again, is this point of control. So we came above this weekly, we held the point of control on the weekly level, and then we've just been going through these daily levels up here and have now approached our next major resistance on this. So I do see this on the US dollar pair as being resistance. I would also be seeing this $182 as being resistance, and obviously 180 kind of psychological. But we've been looking at this, we've been trading it down since, yeah, like 130 and below. So, I mean, very good profit at the moment. Clearly, our daily open is not there anymore. It is there. But yeah, so I don't know where this daily is from. It's probably miles back. Why is that there? I do not know. So we'll remove this from my chart because I don't really need it on there. And we're looking at these as the kind of key daily levels on here at the moment. Okay. So what we also had on this is if we're looking at this as the same, so this is taken from the same kind of range as the Bitcoin pair. So this is just copied over from the same date as when the formation started on the BTC pair. You could probably pull this back a little bit until we get into our range somewhere around here, or not. Or you bring it back and you just allow it to do that because it's not going to work. But again, what you can see here, high volume node and value area high of this pool. Now it's not perfectly accurate, but again, where did price come into? High volume node and the value area high. So you could expect a bit of chop, a bit of resistance here before possibly seeing another move higher on this. The other thing to be aware of on here, I think because this is clearly a nice trending move, it's reasonable enough to pull your speed fan and to start to have a look at if any of this is getting some support. So I would be aware of these as being, again, key, not trend lines, but you know what I mean, like the 382 is holding. So if you start to lose that, you can start to then think about retracing. Obviously, if we hold along here, we lose this level, you'd be looking at the 0.5 probably as resistance, and then you're looking to drop down before another move higher. Really awful squiggly line, but you get the idea. Apart from that, not a whole lot on this. I would like to see where, because this did clearly have a very big move down. Of course, you can pull your fibs. You can... Ooh, let's hide this. Let's hide that. And let's... I guess we can do this as well. So that being the low. Was that the low? Where do you pull it from? Which one do we go for? You could go for either of them. But hey, look, we're in this speed fan here, and we've got the 382 here, so who knows? Who cares? It's not that important, this one, I don't think. So what was the other thing I was going to do? Anchored VWAP, that is the one. So we can take this from the high and we can have a look at where that is, because this, of course, if price does come into that, then I would be looking at this. It's $200, isn't it? It's not going to be a perfect thing because this has been going on for a long time. So, and depending on exchanges, your anchor VWAP could be vastly different. But hey, $200 is a big level. This is just below it. So be aware of that. We do have the levels here, so $171, which is basically where we are right now, 182, and then of course 200 even, if price does come up here also. Okay, yeah, I've done 16 minutes on this, so I'm just going to make this a standalone Litecoin video, and I will then, I guess, do another on other assets as well. So thank you for watching my Bitcoin video. Well, I don't know which one I'm going to upload first. Who knows? But hey, yeah, this is a Litecoin video. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers. Bye.